The best way to start fixing mental health issues is to actually talk about it. And in this podcast, we have Kushal, a mindset coach with over 120,000 people with him. And we talked about mental health in context of the employees. And how can any organization build a better culture by taking care of the mental health of their employees and the ways to do it. So if you're an entrepreneur, founder, C-suite officer, or anyone managing people, this podcast is a must listen for you. Sit back, relax, close all other tabs and enjoy this value-packed episode. All right, guys. So today we have mindset and relationship coach who is really creating an impact with his insightful content around mental health, mindset, and relationship. Kushal, welcome and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Vedant. It's a pleasure and I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. So this is my first ever podcast with any coach with
Okay.
specifically any mindset coach. So I'm really excited about it. So straight up, I want to jump into the questions and I wanted to ask, what is mental health?
That's a question with so many possible answers, but I think if there is something that's stuck with me, that majority of people they think physical health equal to health. But
Yeah.
what I feel is that physical health plus mental health is equal to health.
Mm,
And there is so much ignorance when it comes to our brain. Like, how can we forget our brain? Our brain is it's
is
what
that?
functions the entire body. We can't function without our brain. And I think
Mm,
that's the part which people don't focus on, which people don't give importance to. Or when it comes to the priority, I think it's the
mm-hmm,
least when people come to think. Just for example, if I'll give you a very silly example. When you think about alcohol, okay,
mm-hmm.
let's say that you decide, I don't want to drink. I'm
Okay.
gonna quit alcohol. What would be the reason for you for quitting alcohol?
Hmm. Maybe losing control on myself.
Exactly. I think if you think from biological point of view, people think about quitting alcohol, it's bad for liver. I don't want hangovers, it's bad for liver. I don't like how I behave. But
Yeah, yeah.
I think so less amount of people knows that whenever you drink alcohol, it shrinks your brain. Literally.
Mm,
Every time with
mm.
every drink, your brain shrinks when you drink
Sure.
alcohol. And it applies to all the things like it small as drinking alcohol when it comes to stress or when it comes to so many certain habits and our brain is so
Mm,
important when it comes to every single aspects, and I think that there is so much ignorance about it.
mm-hmm.
So for me mental health is just start take caring of your brain. Yeah,
Wow.
I think
Yeah. And
it's a
that is the
part you
core.
can't, and yeah, that's the core and we can't ignore it, and I
Right.
think we should prioritize it. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. That makes sense. So today we are going to be discussing mental health in context of employees, right? In any organization. So let's first talk about how even to know that we are mentally facing any issue, because in our culture mental health is not so common, right? So often we don't know how exactly mental health issues feels. So I want to know your perspective on this, that how exactly to know that we are facing any mental health issue or mental health illness, whatever you call it.
I think that I won't call it mental health illness because yeah, there's certain diseases and certain illnesses which are very strong and powerful that
Yeah.
requires sort of medical attention. And but if I talk in general mental health, I think every almost every person is suffering.
Mm.
If
How?
you've ever and if you talk about India, okay, if you look at our moms, if your mom like my mom is a housemaker, and
Yeah, same.
I know the amount of stress she goes through, amount
Mm.
of panic, amount of pressure she goes through just managing the house chores, and when
Mm.
it comes to managing the maids, the cooks, and they don't have any idea about it. Like it's slowing eating them up. Like, I have seen the amount of anxiousness, amount of anger, amount of stress my mom goes through every single day without
Mm-hmm.
realizing that it is every single day, even if it's 0.1%, but her brain is getting impacted in a negative way every single day.
Mm.
Similarly, when it comes to labor, when it comes to like it's not our profession. I think it's about every single person.
Yeah.
And for the mental health, I think it's not just about the work. I think it's also about relationships.
Mm-hmm.
If you are doing well at your office, but suddenly you got issues with your girlfriend or with your wife, do you think you'll be able to provide the same efficiency and productivity at work? No.
No, no.
But will your boss ever ask you that, dude, is your relationship going well? No, never.
Mm.
People won't do that because for them, like, it's your issue, it's your thing, and it should not affect the work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hiring you for the work. I'm giving the money, and all I care about is your result.
Uh-huh.
But what about the things that are attached with it? Sometimes people go through breakup. Sometimes people go through anxiety. Sometimes people go through uh, someone lost a friend. Like there could be a number of reasons, and I think that
Mm-hmm.
it's a vast thing. That's why I told that's a vast topic. And
Mm.
a person when we talk about the mental health in terms of work and employees, uh, every person is going through so many things, and it slowly adds up every single day.
Yeah.
And I think that should be the question, that how do people become more aware to it, and how do people deal with it on a fundamental level, that at least instead of going negative, they should go stable.
Mm.
If not positive, just let's make it stable. Let's all live a neutral life where at least the state of mind we have, the state of joy we want, the state of happiness we want is it's constant. It shouldn't decline, it
Mm.
shouldn't go beyond our expectation, but at least it should go just on the line. And I think that should be the goal of every single person. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like I have seen my mom, I have seen my employees, I have seen my dad going through so much, I've seen myself, my brother going through so much. And I think that
Mm.
slowly, when I'm realizing it, every person is going through something. Like there is no one out there who is living this so-called perfect life.
Yeah.
People are going through it, but those people are going living in a denial life that no, everything is fine with me.
Mm.
But the subconscious mind is playing a very powerful role in making sure that it's getting impacted. Yeah,
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Totally. Actually, the way we deal has to do a lot with your mental health, I guess. It
exactly. Yeah, so much.
mm. Makes sense. So you talked about how your employee can be less productive if they are going through some pain or like emotional things in their life. So I wanted
Mm,
to know first how important it is for your organization to have a mental health routine for your employee
mm,
and how exactly to go about it. Let's say I run a company of 13 employees, right? We are a team of 13 people. So how
mm,
exactly I can take care of their mental health?
mm. So to start with, I'm gonna say that there is a misconception in this country. I think I won't say this country in general, with the companies, with the corporate offices, that our customer is everything. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's something to start with. So I started my company, it's been almost 3 years now. It is not related with personal development and mental health. I'm doing something else to make money. And for that, I think the first thing that made sure that customers are not everything for me. My employees are everything for me. I'm not
Mm.
responsible for my customers. I'm responsible for my employees, and they are responsible for the customers. I think this is the chain which is very healthy and effective. And if we want everyone to win, 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 I don't think
Ah,
no one would enjoy that you are happy, your customer is satisfied with the services, with the everything, but your employees are living a very stressful life. Like
stressful
it's
life.
not a win-win. It's a
Yeah.
win-lose for that. It's a win for us, but it's a lose for them. And they
Mm-hmm.
are, and as a leader, I think it's our responsibility that it should be a win-win for every single person in the
Mm.
organization as well as the customer part of it. So start with that. I think the mentality that people should have as a leader is that I'm responsible for my employees and they're responsible for my customers. So
Ah,
now it depends upon me. Like if I'm giving 80%, they're gonna give 80% to customers. If I'm giving 20% to them, you can't expect them to give 100% to their customers.
Exactly.
So it's, yeah. So I think the first thing that I would love people to, especially leaders, to implement is that, yeah, we see employees not as laborers but as a team. And I think
Mm.
that that mindset is really important, because without the mindset we can't bring change.
Right.
There are so many people, there are some people who are creating this change, but there are so many people who are not creating this change. It's about the mindset, because these
Mm.
people believe that, yeah, our employees are important as customers. In fact, they're more important than our customers.
Yeah.
I make
Yeah.
sure that my employees are feel more valued than my customers, and I practice what I preach when I come to this. So many employees, like I have like 4 5 main members, and I sit with them every month almost, and I discuss about their life. Like what is
Mm.
the what are you facing when it comes to financials? Because of course they are making like 15 20,000 a month, and it's not possible to live a luxurious life in that. They have issues.
Exactly.
So I think if I'm a person with more knowledge, with more awareness, if even if I'm giving 30 minutes of my time a month to them, I don't think it's enough. It's still less compared to what people give. I think people can give more. So
Mm.
I talk to them about their finances. I talk to them about their family. I talk to them about their kids' education, because I feel that that's indirectly it's also my responsibility to make sure as a leader that they are escalating with their lives.
Mm.
It be I think people will also consider this as a choice. It's your choice. It's not my
Yeah.
choice to interfere in their life. But I feel if you really feel that employees lack that knowledge and awareness, which they can use. For example, I knew that my employee, one of my like main manager, he was not good at managing funds, finances.
Okay.
Like every 15th he went broke, and I
Mm.
made sure that let's see if I can change that. And now over the first few months, I made sure that we eliminate few things, we add few things, and now he's better at it. So like I had nothing to lose, right? I just had what I give. I just gave few of the tips, few of my knowledge, few of my wisdom, and he's the one who will be getting the reward of the like, permanent reward. What I'm trying to say.
Makes
So
sense.
I think that, yeah. So I think we have to start thinking of our employees with a broader perspective for
Mm.
them to get that benefit. Yeah. And about your
Mm.
question that how do I start? I think, yeah, this is a start that if you have a small company, small organization with 15, 20 members, why not keep a meeting with them? If you are a leader and if they are looking up to you,
Yeah.
they already think that Vedant knows more than us, for sure. If Vedant is
Mm.
leading us, they already assume that he knows more than us.
Mm.
So if they have that belief, if they have that confidence in you, like why wouldn't take advantage of that? You can easily,
Mm.
you or me or any other person, we can easily take a small meeting once a month, and we can just right now I don't have uh, I would say that amount of a team, good amount of number. It's a very small team. But
Yeah.
if I imagine myself 2 years from now, I have 20, 30 people working for me, I would maybe start with a book club every month. You know what? I'm gonna
Mm.
just give free books. I love reading, so I'm gonna just give books to everyone. And you know what? Start reading this book, and let's get together once a month, just 40 minutes, and discuss about it and see if we can learn from it. Now it could be
Mm.
financial, it could be spiritual, it could be physical, anything. And
Mm.
the second thing is that start taking regular meetings with them,
Okay.
like free or regular, I mean frequent meetings with them, and ask them that, is there something I can help you with? Is your
Mm.
financials okay? Are you facing financial struggle, or are you facing relationship struggle? If you're facing
Mm.
relationship struggle, can I give you my therapist number? Why not? Maybe I can chip in half of the amount and make sure you get the help. Because at the
Yeah.
end, when you're helping them, they're going to help your organization grow.
You.
So it's a
Yeah.
win-win for
Yeah.
everyone. That's why I
Yes.
said the mindset is really important. That I can't, if I start thinking that why should I pay money for him? But
Mm-hmm.
if we just a little bit stretch our imagination, but what if I can help her? Like, will it benefit me? I think it's about
Mm.
how well you are, how good you are at asking yourself those questions. I think so many people think that what we need is the right answers. And that's
Hmm.
the biggest myth people have. We need the right sets of questions. If we have right sets of
Yes.
questions, we'll eventually get right answers.
Right
So
answers.
if I can ask myself that, is it really going to benefit me if I can help him? Let's say I helped him with finances, with mental health, anything. Now he's feeling better. Now he'll be more grateful about me, and eventually he'll take better care of my customers. So like that's
Hmm.
the end goal, right? That's what I want. So
Yes.
instead of bonus, why can't we pay directly something to them which eventually helps him? I know
Helps
that
him.
my employer won't ever sign up for therapy, not in like never. He would never do that. We know that. What if instead of bonus I give him this? Why not?
Yes.
This may sound very much I should say it may sound impractical, but we can make it practical. Like if
Yeah,
I'm the leader,
it
I
is
have that
totally
power.
possible.
It's all about it. It depends entirely about what kind of freedom we leaders are giving to ourselves.
Hmm.
So if we are giving ourselves freedom to go beyond limits, to go beyond the expectations, to go beyond our expectations, change will come. Yeah,
Yeah, makes sense. That's a great approach. I'm listening to this some kind of this for the first time. So thank you for that.
means a lot, man.
And
Means a lot. Yeah.
yeah, so talking about the environment of work culture, right? Sometimes it gets stressful.
Mm,
So one day I was discussing with my team that what can we do about it, right? So we feel stressful. Sometimes we are working. In between work, we pick our phone and we start doing this. We start scrolling Instagram, and we keep it back and we start working. So I explained to them that this is not actually which will make you feel relaxed or which will make you feel that you are in break. So
mm,
I suggested them one thing, that take conscious breaks. Take
mm,
conscious breaks. Say in the group that I am taking a break of 15 minutes. And we have been following this for like 20, 30 days for now. And it
mm,
is working really well for our
mm,
organization. That people are becoming more productive because they know that, because it's not just about taking a break, it's about getting a feeling that why I'm taking a break, because I have done a good thing. That's why I'm
mm,
taking a break,
mm,
or I need a break. There could be two cases. So
mm.
I suggested this and it is working really well. So what are other ways do you think that which can be helpful in order to like take the stress of the work, because sometimes it can get hectic because of urgent deliveries or too many deliveries, right? So what
Mm-hmm.
what are your inputs in this?
So, uh, if you ask me, I follow two things in my everyday life. So, there's something which I have two things, and it's called reward time and distraction time. So, I
Mhm.
have a sand clock, if you know what, it's a sand clock of like 5 minutes thing and 5 minute time. So, if I'm writing a book, if I'm working on a content, if I'm working on the office work, anything, and if I feel that now my hand is going towards my phone and I'm gonna start scrolling reels. So I set a time of so now I called, and if I ask myself that what, I've been working for past an hour, it's okay to take a break. Now to make it interesting, what I do is that like turn I turn the sand clock, and now I know that I have this 5 minutes of distraction time and I can do whatever I want. But I have to make sure that as soon as that sand clock it gets filled and the 5 minute is over, I have to keep my phone and I have to start
Right.
working again. So this is one of the
uh,
things that I follow up, and so I that's an interesting thing. I bought a sand clock as a showpiece because I liked looking at it. I saw it
yeah,
and
yeah.
it looked it looked beautiful. I thought I want one of them from office table. Let's get that. And
Yes.
and one day when I was working, I just slipped it, and it just came to my mind that yeah, it's 5 minutes. What can I do in 5 minutes? And I thought, yeah, I can watch reels. So I think that's how it started, and I saw the importance of just as like it hardly cost three 400, but the impact it had when it came
Hmm.
to time management, distraction management was great. So one of the things is that uh, we aren't perfect. Like we
Right.
will cheat. We will cheat with our diets. We will cheat with our workouts. We'll cheat with our productivity. So why not just give yourself permission to do it for the next 5 minutes,
Yes.
so that at the end of the day you don't feel guilty about doing it. And the
Mm-hmm.
second thing, it's you are measuring it, so you know that right now I'm not going to exploit the time.
Mm.
And the second time is reward time. As I said, that for example, I love watching movies. I'm a huge movies fan.
Same
Like
here.
I love movies. So, but again, giving 2 or 3 hours to a movie, a lot of time it feels uh, I'm not very comfortable doing it. Very frequently,
Yeah.
it feels that like 3 hours to a movie, like there's so many opportunity cost to it, and I can spend
Yes.
those time in a different way, in a more productive, efficient way.
Right.
So I asked myself that, what if I, instead of 2 pages, I write 6 pages, and
Right.
then I give myself the reward of the movie. And
Mm.
if I do that, yeah, I may have that movie. So again, when I'm doing it, see, the point is, it's not about time. It's about the
Mm-hmm.
emotions that bring to it. If you're spending
Mm.
reel and if you're spending time watching too many reels, you keep scrolling endlessly, and you are constantly on your social media. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, what bothers you?
Right.
The feeling, your emotions, that guilt which you have. So everything which we do is to feel different. Right now, if you are in a place you see 5 years from now, I want to be rich. I want to
Mm.
reach that place. Like,
Mm.
have you ever asked yourself what will change? Nothing. Your feelings will change. I'll feel differently. That's all. Big house, big car, I think that's temporary. But I'll
Mm.
feel differently is everyone today that is hustling, that is grinding day and night, that is working 24/7. They think that by reaching there, I will have certain amount of things. No,
Right.
it's just one. I'll feel different. So every
Mm.
person is doing every single task today, every single goal they have, every single ambitions they have is to feel different.
Mm.
And that's what happens with the guilt. It's a strong feeling, it's a powerful emotion of guilt. So if I simply allow myself to take distraction time, to have that reward, m- I may be able to enjoy it in a better way. Now it's
Mm.
now it's giving me joy instead of guilt. So we have to find a way
Mm-hmm.
to change guilt into joy, how I can actually enjoy myself, and how I can feel that, yeah, I deserve this instead of I don't
Right.
deserve this. Because constantly people are feeling this, I don't deserve this, I don't deserve this, but still I'm doing it, and now they're feeling more guilty. And whenever you're feeling, there's something called, I don't know the exact technical term, but I think it's called guilt shame. So
Okay.
there was a study which said that when you take sugar or when you drink or like when you do a certain habit which you feel is not good,
Mm-hmm.
the shame that comes after it, the guilt
Yes.
that comes after it is more
Yes. Yes.
toxic than actually consuming
Yes.
the thing. So once I
Oh, is it?
read this study, it flipped my mind. I was blown away. It's so
Oh my
powerful
God.
that
Uh,
I just consumed alcohol, I just consumed a lot of sugar, but the guilt I have, the negative emotion now feel about myself is more.
mm.
It is gonna it's gonna affect me more than the alcohol or sugar. And so many people aren't aware of this, that it's a thing. So I think
Yeah.
the shame thing, it's very powerful. And if we
Mm.
can just find a way to educate our employees about it, as I said,
Mm.
that you can set weekly rewards for someone. Now it could be as small as maybe a pen, a nice
Right.
pen. If I'm working and if I'm receiving the gift,
Right.
I'll feel happy about it. It's not about the object.
Mm.
Again, it's about the feeling. It tells you that, you know what, Kushal, you did something meaningful and now you're getting a reward. So it means
Mm.
that it's good for self-worth. It means I'm good enough. Every person wants that. So I think if we
Wow.
can set just, if not weekly, a monthly reward system for every employees, where employees doesn't feel that you are better than him. No,
Mm.
it's all about this is yours. Now it's about you. It's open to all of you. And if you are gonna get it, it's about you. It doesn't make other person bad. It just
Right. Yeah.
makes you. It just defines that you worked harder. Yet, like for now, that's it. It doesn't mean
Mm.
that you are great full stop and they're not great full stop. No, it simply means that you worked harder. That's it. Because
Mm.
so that doesn't arise the atmosphere of competitiveness and a negative toxic environment. I'm trying to say.
Mm. Makes sense. Like, you talked about how to. train or how to behave with your employee, right? That one
Mm,
thing came to my mind is my friend works in a big ad tech company,
mm,
and they give him a monthly two therapy session, or you can say a session with a psychologist, session with mindset coach and mental
mm.
health coach. So I wanted to know that giving your employees such sessions, free access to such sessions, will that work or make your employee more productive in a way that will benefit the whole organization?
So just imagine your employee is going through something that he's not or she is not willing to share.
Right.
For example, one of your employees, she went through a breakup and
Mm-hmm.
now she's embarrassed about it. And now she's constantly feeling that something is wrong with me. I got
Mm.
rejected and I'm not good enough. She may not share with you that thing,
Yes.
but that subconsciously it's affecting her productivity and it's affecting your growth as well because she's not giving 100%. Now, if we now if we are sending her to a coach and we made that accessible to her and she's getting that safe space where
Mm.
coach is not asking her to get something back. It's his or her job to do that, to listen to people, to guide them, to help them. And if by chance she's feeling comfortable sharing about it and she's getting the help that's needed,
Mm.
of course she'll feel better, she will
Yes.
think better, she will act better, and indirectly it's gonna help organization grow as well because now an employee, instead of giving her 60% or 50%, she is giving 80%.
Right.
So that 30% result, of course we're gonna say it.
Makes
I
sense.
know the coaches and therapists, they charge good amount, and
Mm-hmm.
financial aspect is also important. But if there is something an organization can do, if they can well plan it or something, like it all depends upon different organizations about the budget.
Mm-hmm.
If they think that instead of giving them extra salary, if they can just keep a portion of mental fitness, physical fitness, and something with a package where they can help take advantage of it to feel
Mm.
better to for their mental health and for their physical health, then why not? If your
Mm.
budget allows it, if you can just pull some strings and make it happen, instead of giving two sessions, why not just give them one?
Mm.
I think we never know how much impact a session can have to someone.
Mm.
Sometimes
Mm.
it's life changing, sometimes it's a day changing, but there's
Yeah.
a scope, yeah.
Uh-huh. And you talked about how we can make the relationship better of employer and employee.
Mm,
So you talked about how we can have one-on-one session, we can have rewards.
yeah.
So is there anything else that we can do in order to make the relationship better? And ultimately, loyalty is something that everybody wants, employee and employer both. So how we
Mm.
can strengthen the relationship between this?
Uh, there's a quote that says, I don't know who wrote this, that people don't care how much you know until they know how much. I think I'm going to rephrase it again. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Yeah.
Hmm.
People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And I think it's a practice that comes with consistency, with repetition. Now,
Right.
the word that I just used, repetition, it's so underrated.
Very
If it
underrated.
comes to building habits, if it comes to breaking habits, if it comes to expressing a love to someone, if it comes to making people feel that we don't love them, if it
Yes.
comes to, as I said, adapt a habit or get rid of it, like every single thing, it comes with repetition.
Hmm.
And if you can just it a thing that uh, by having a regular communication with them about their life, keeping our work aside just for a few minutes, if we can talk about their life and make them feel that I care for you.
Hmm.
You're not just my employer. You're not under me. I see you as my teammate, and I want to make sure that you're doing okay. And
Hmm.
if we can have this empathetic conversation with them in a while, like it could be one on one, it could be with a bunch of people, and by doing this regularly, if you're doing this task once, they might think Vedant wants something from us. But if it's a
Mm.
practice, it shows that Vedant cares. He actually cares about us.
Yeah.
So let's make sure that we care about what he cares,
Mm.
which is his organization, which is this venture. So let's work on that. So I think by having that empathetic conversation, and the number one skill that we need is listening.
Yes.
So many people listen not with an intent to understand, but with an intent to reply.
Reply.
And I think
Yeah.
we need to change that. We need to become good listeners. There is a
Mm.
reason why we have two ears and one mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. And I think when it comes to empathetic listening, when it comes to building relationships, listening is very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing which you can do is maybe a quarterly cohorts. You can ask someone, you can invite some coaches, you can invite any speakers to come, and you can ask your team that is it something that you need guys help with. And if it's
Mm.
common issue, if it's a common thing that you're all suffering with, maybe we can all learn together, and make sure
Mm.
that you are sitting with them with as an audience, and not with others, so that they also feel that yeah, Vedant is also human. He's as imperfect as us. He's as messed up as us. And I think
Mm.
that gives them the edge that yeah, I'm not perfect. Yeah, I'm your leader. I'm here to lead. I'm here to guide you, but I'm not perfect either. I
Mm.
have my own insecurities. I have my own issues. I have my own imperfections. I have my own flaws, which makes me one of you. So
Mm.
the boundary that has been exaggerated, which they feel that we are on a pedestal, if we can
Right.
just change that and we feel that we are on the same page, we are in
Same
this
page.
together, I think it's going to help us. I know our previous generation won't approve of this because there's been difference in working when it comes to our dads and us. But I think that we can be someone with who is better understanding, who actually cares for employees, as
Mm.
well as making sure that we get benefited. Yeah. At the end, if someone walks into your office, some random person, and they sees that every single person is here is happy, it's laughing, and I have sensed this energy. I have few clients when I visit their office, I start to feel depressed. Literally, I feel sad that why am I here?
My God.
Because I could sense the energy that people here are not enjoying. They are just working because they are supposed to. They have to.
Yeah. Okay.
And if we can change, I have to I want to, it's gonna help us. Yeah. So
Mm. Makes
and
sense.
I
Makes
think
sense.
and one last thing is by sharing a bit about your life to
Mm.
them. We don't
Mm.
open to our employees as much, but if
Yes.
sometimes we can show them, dude, I'm also sad. I'm also going through. It's not easy for me. It's gonna make us feel more human and less
Yeah.
robots because
Yeah.
people think
Yeah.
that I'm working for someone and I'm supposed to do this and we don't want this and we don't want to understand. No, we can be understanding, but sometimes we have to show that we're also humans instead of
Yeah. Yeah.
always showing this layer which is manufactured, which is strong, which is confident. No, inside we are also afraid. Inside we are doing this, but we know we are scared and we can mess up.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
So
Mm.
if they can think, they would start caring more, I'm sure. Yeah,
Yeah. That's where relatability comes in,
exactly.
right?
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Lovely, man. It was a great session. Like, it was really insightful because I so wanted. It's like a therapy for me. So
Means a lot,
it's
man.
a win-win.
No, I'm honored and I love this too. And yeah, when people want to do this with me, I am more excited to know about their culture, their mindset, their thoughts, what they are going through, and it's a mutual growth for me as well. So all the thing that you feel that you learn today, and the when you are getting today, I feel the same. So it's a mutual feeling, man, and I'm I appreciate you for giving me this opportunity and having me here. It means a lot. Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you so much for doing this.
means a lot, man. Thank you so much. Yeah.